Welcome back. So, one of my lashes, my individuals, fell out. Um, so I threw them away, but I got this. What I do is I'll buy like if there aren't any individuals in the store, what I will do is buy the strip and then cut them up. So I have this left, and since I threw away, cause these individuals that I got, um they didn't really cost that much. But the only thing though is that, hold on. Y'all see that? That's one I cut in half. That's one of the individuals I actually had to cut in half and kind of put on the inner corner. Cause my inner corner is yeah. Ain't that many lashes there, okay? But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is cut this one in half and attach it there. But what I wanted to kind of like come and chat with y'all about real quick is let me put this here. Is like okay, so I was on yeah, hold on. Ooh, spaced out, but it's cool. There we go. So I'm gonna change the whole trajectory of what this video is about to be about. Here's how I feel. Right now, as far as like the amount of time my son has been out school or whatever, it's been a few months, right? Too many months for me, to be quite honest with you. So I reached out to his old school, like the last actual evaluation psychologist, I think she's a psychologist, that he had, to ask her like, hey, would this paperwork still be valid, da 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 da, right? I asked her that, and she was just like, I would have to check in with like the local nurse that they have at their school. But what I think I'm gonna have to do is actually like have a conversation with his pediatrician, right? Because right now, personally, I just kind of feel that I want him to be back where he's able to socialize and interact with other children. As y'all know, this is no secret. I've talked about it before. When there are things that I first had kind of like noticed, and instead of me being afraid of it, I dove right into it, and then I ended up actually going into that field or whatever. But right now, what I want to do is really get him back to where he's around other children. But see, that's the thing. Like I told y'all before, right now we are not mobile. So I'm working on actually wanting to get that done. That's what's like really important to me right now, because personally, I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I've already talked about it in my other videos. I feel like there's this thing of like wanting me to be in some like dependable state. I don't have like no experience with like enmeshment, because enmeshment would mean that I'm agreeing to someone overstepping my boundaries and the way that I navigate within my life, my career, my love life, all of those things. I don't agree to that, right? So I don't know how to like deal with enmeshment. I don't know how to navigate that. You feel me? So I just feel like right now there's like a lot of opinions on how I'm going about like my career and the way I'm moving. And let me say this, I don't have a problem. Like if that was something that I was manifesting, I don't have a problem with like being a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home girlfriend, whatever the new thing is. It's a new term. It's called a stay-at-home girlfriend. I wouldn't have a problem. I'm at a point now where I kind of want him to be back I want him to be back in school. It's not on this like wave of like where motherhood is overwhelming me. And let me make this very clear. Like, there's nothing wrong with a mother saying like, hey, I need this time. I need to be able to do this. And, you know, I need a break. Da, da, da. There's nothing wrong with a mother saying that, right? But I don't feel like I need a break. What I feel like is that I want him to be able to get the enrichment that he needs on a day-to-day basis. And that's not going to just come from me, right? That will also help to come from someone who doesn't personally know him, right? And also being able to interact with other children. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just at that point now where I'm kind of like wanting him to be back into school. So I did reach out to them a couple of days ago. And this isn't the first time I've actually come and talked to y'all about this. I mostly talked about it on my TikTok. Y'all remember that? Where I was like, you know, I'm finna see about getting him back into school. I took him out of his preschool, but this year, I think will be the year where he officially in this state is able to attend like grade school or whatever. But I'm definitely wanting him to be back into school. I am, for sure, most certainly. Wanting him to be back into school. That's not to say that he's behind. He's not behind with anything, okay? Listen. I told y'all before, I used to be a crunchy mama, okay? I used to be a crunchy mom, all right? I was making the baby food. I was making the baby biscuits, okay? Check the channel. Y'all will see it, okay? All right? I used to be a crunchy mom. So, but I'm not, listen, I'm not there anymore. I'm not the crunchy mom now where, you know, I want my son to be homeschooled and no, I'm completely okay with my son being in school. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how I want to navigate that. That's why I need, like, when I talked about like family and stuff like that, I need everybody to be on the same page. I don't need where, you know, I'm having to be in an encrouched like predicament. And that's not to sit here and say that I feel like my back is against the wall. I don't feel that way at all, you know. I don't feel that way at all. I just I want him to be able to get what he needs. So that would require for me to get what I need. So right now I'm still waiting back to hear back in regard to like housing and different things like that. And then of course I will move into like mobility. But y'all know previously, you know, well, not previously, but most people know like the first thing you want to actually do is get your wheels. Okay. That's one of the first things you want to do. But see, the thing is, like, even in this time, like, you know, I did some paperwork or whatever, and I checked, y'all, I realized like the amount of money that I've spent on rideshare is out of control. It's out of control, the amount of money that I spent on rideshare. So that's where we're at with it. All right. That's where I'm at with it. So right now I'm waiting to hear back for housing. That's what's really important to me because in all honesty, once that is solidified, then I would feel more comfortable with being able to reach out in regard to like different schools or whatever. Because I don't want to have him going somewhere and then, you know, he on this side of town. You know, I don't have time for that, you know. Plus, I need to kind of make sure that it's in a nice area or whatever. Listen, it don't have to be nice. Like, I'm not saying nice in regard to demographics. I'm saying nice in regard to like the curriculum and how they approach the education system. Because I don't know if y'all probably don't, because this is YouTube, but I was on TikTok and I was talking about how, you know, there were the different signs that I saw for like the candidates for the Board of Education. And this was me just rambling. And I was like, well, I want to know what their thoughts are like special education and different stuff like that. Then that's what's going to be my signifier on who I would want to vote for. I'm ready for him to be back in school. That way, like, my days are free. And then I could really, like, I'm going to be honest, I could really come and talk to y'all like I need to. And let me say this, that's not to sit here and, let me say that. That's not to make no mother who is a stay-at-home mom or who homeschools their children feel any type of way about what I'm saying. I don't feel that way at all. Like, I do believe that there are well-rounded and cultured children that came from households where they were homeschooled, most certainly. But personally, for me, I feel personally that I want him to be able to also receive enrichment from someone else, someone that doesn't know him personally, right? Because then that's where that interpersonal education comes in, but not in a direct way. It comes in, you get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense, right? People who, y'all know, okay, if you, whether you work with kids or you work in psychology or you work in education or you work in communications or you work in business, you understand exactly what I'm saying, right? When it comes to, like, you know, getting them in school and them learning like that interpersonal aspect of like relationships, right? That's what is important too. That's what's really important too. But I'm at that point now, because I told y'all before, baby, it's time. Listen, it's time to travel. It's time for me to get out. Like, it's time to have a good time. That's what it's time to do. That's what it's time to do. Okay. And that will require for, well, when I say travel, I mean, hey, I could go to like a different city, you know, a couple hours away and then get right back before school is over with, you know. But yeah, I did want to say that though, because I used to be a stay-at-home mom, right? And so I know the ropes. I know what comes with that. You feel what I'm saying? I know what comes with that. So that's not for me to sit here and say that a child who is homeschooled doesn't have the same capabilities as a child who came out of public education or even private education, right? For me personally, I would feel more comfortable with him being in a space where he's around other children, right? In an actual school system, right? Where he's actually around different things that are indicators that he's there to learn. You feel what I'm saying? That's important, right? However, like, if I was actually to do that, that'd be different. Like, if I had my own house and I had the room or something decked out that's primarily for education, and that's if I was like, you know, the neighborhood teacher or something like that, and the whole neighborhood homeschool their kids. I was a neighborhood, that'd be different. You see how I just came up with that? That would be great, wouldn't it? That's a good idea. But I'm in a part of my life now where it's like, baby, I'm trying to experience. This is the season with an S. This is the seasons of my life where I'm meant to be enjoying the fruits of my labor. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I just want to come and talk to y'all about that, because I know I had checked in with y'all on TikTok before where I was talking to you all about that in regard to like getting him back in school. So then I ended up actually getting him back in school. Right, which I was so excited about that, honey. I didn't care, honey, because that though, we were actually near public transportation, so we will walk to the bus, okay, and get him to school, and you know, I walk back. Listen, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, okay. So that's where I'm at with y'all. I'm ready for him to be in a space where he is back experiencing like being able to be around like different cultures and personalities. That's what I'm wanting for him. That's what I want for him, because it's really not about me. Like, instead of me getting on here on some, you know, motherhood, it's weighing me down. I don't feel that way, you know. I don't feel that way. Like, I even had a conversation with his other half, and he was just saying, like, you know, I know you also need to be able to have your time, and you know, you've been with him majority of the time, the, you know, 5 years that he's been here. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not harping on that. Like, me wanting him to be in school is more so like for him. Like, me becoming a parent, I knew what came with this. I knew what came with coming with a parent, right? So yeah, I'm not harping on that, you know. But I do feel it is imperative that I get the time that I need as a woman, right? Because before I was a mother, I was a woman. yeah, so I do agree with that. And I think that he needs that. I don't agree with I'm not at the space right now. I would agree to him being like homeschooled or something, if that was like an actual setup that I had, right? And that was actually something that I was actually like dedicated to. But I'm not in a space now where I have a man in the household and, he's doing this and doing that. And my primary duty is my business and being a mother, right? We're headed there, okay? But we're not there. So right now, he needs to be in a school. And that's not to suggest that the other half doesn't want him to go to school. I don't think that, right? I don't think that at all. Aside from that, yeah, because I'm not saying I'm just around here just like hot, ready, and that's not what I'm saying, okay? What I'm saying is that it's time to experience life. I said that in my YouTube live. It's time to experience life, okay? It really is. Not in no 2 months, not in no 4 months, not in no 6 months, not in no 7 months, not in no 8 months, okay? It's time to experience life, okay? Ain't that much healing in the world. Ain't that much healing in the world, okay? It ain't.